YouTube and Twitter.
It's so.
Twitter?
Twitch. My bad.
Oh, I'm about to say you did some new shit.
Nope, not at all. Do we want to have a backup recording going just in case, Senor Ant, or do you want to just do it from the stream?
I was gonna hit record, and it says have to ask the host permission. Host.
Gosh damn it. I will grant you permission. How do I do that? There you
That's
go.
all you ask. Yeah, okay.
All right.
Recording in progress.
Jeez.
Damn.
I wonder if recording is in progress.
I wouldn't be able to know. Jesus, that scared the actual shit out of me. But
Clean
yeah,
up.
we're here a little bit late in the week.
Are we live right now?
Yeah, we're live right now, man.
Oh.
Yeah, we're live right now.
We're just chilling. This is the beginning portion of the podcast where we just shoot the shit about random bullshit. And
Shoot the shit that you said you literally did on yourself just now.
yes, that.
Do you have a rifle to do that with?
I hate my camera placement. I have like all of my laundry on my bed because here we are, and I put a Flyers blanket on top of it so you couldn't see it.
Slick. Nice.
That's how
They'll
you do
never
it.
know.
They'll never know. It's not like this is being recorded live or anything. But yeah, we're here with a special guest this week. Last week we had our 1-year anniversary show. And if you were there for that or you listened to that, you saw this familiar face. But this is Josh from Haptic Intel, or better known this week, I assume, as the Captain.
That's right.
Yes.
What's up, guys?
That's
So-
why we had to have him back.
Yeah.
How do not have the captain?
Pretty much. We were going to have we thought about having you on because we thought that Brett was on vacation. Just for context, we were talking about this earlier, but he hasn't gone on vacation yet. I just found that out today.
He's like, the reason we weren't gonna do anything this week with him was because he's packing and shit, getting ready to go.
Gotcha.
So he could take care of that, and he has some other stuff going on. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
But we'll have to have Brett on a separate time if he's down for it, so that he doesn't feel left out with the live recording of the podcast as well. But yeah, we're just here to do the normal, usual podcast. We're doing it live because we can, and it helps us with
Why not?
the video. But yeah,
We were gonna do our we couldn't do our usual Sunday recording because it fell on Halloween.
yeah,
So stuff going on that day.
yeah.
And then we saw what you were doing this week. We're like, all right, we can do it online and have the captain on at the same time.
Yes.
yeah.
Help out both.
I was debating whether or not to wear the full, the garb, if you would, but
They don't want to
I
put you through
decide-
that.
I decided not to because I'd be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Hey, we want you to be comfortable here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already comfortable, and that's save before quitting merch, baby. Hashtag ad.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that. Representing.
Look
I
at the
should have
three
been wearing.
colorways of the hat.
Pretty much. I should have been wearing the Haptic hoodie, but I think it's in the laundry right now, sadly. It's getting nice and clean. But because I've been wearing it so much. But yeah, man. It's been a good time. It's a new season of Apex starting today. And yeah. We're 10 followers away from affiliate, by the way. That's one
We're gonna
thing
get there.
that I'm like, hey, share the fucking stream, motherfuckers. If you're in the chat right now, share the stream. I see we got one person in the
Do
chat
it.
right now. We got Lucas over here commending me on my big brain play of my laundry being covered by my Flyers blanket. And
It's only right.
yeah, he's also saying the new map per Apex is weird. I agree, and we'll get into that. But yeah, pretty much, we're just gonna shoot the shit for a bit. This is a nice, relaxing episode of the pod as opposed to last week where we were like doing everything live with giveaways and shit. Josh, you won one of the giveaways even though you said it was rigged.
Yes. Well, I mean, first of all, it was rigged. Let's just get that out of the way, 100%. Second of all, I did win a sticker, and it's on my PC next to me right here.
Nice.
The first
Beautiful.
sticker, by the way, on my Bear White case.
Hell yeah.
So
Tis an
I don't
honor.
know. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what that
is
says,
an
but it's the first. I was gonna say sullied, but that's not the right adjective. The first. I don't know. My all white case is no longer all white. It's
Hell yeah.
been branded. So.
Branded Say before quitting, and then I
Got
also
the SP4Q virus.
got my own versions of our decals right here. Look at that.
I guess I need to get my ass some stickers now.
I know, right? They actually came like surprisingly fast from Streamlabs, especially with like how their shipping has been lately. I was very surprised with their lack of staff, I guess. But yeah. So
I mean, I do have stickers. They're also off screen right here. right here. So, you know.
Yeah. Real quick, we want to give a shout out. Nobody else can see this but me because I'm hosting the stream. But we had a new item of merchandise picked up. Actually, 2 items. By Chad's dad is the name that showed up in the
Really?
the alert. Yeah, Chad's dad. He got 1 blue and yellow Hedgehog title screen soft shirt and 1 blue and yellow Hedgehog title screen soft shirt. So it looks like he bought 2 shirts. I'm gonna quickly play the alert right there just for our Twitch viewers and our video viewers of the podcast this week. But yeah, people are liking the Hedgehog design. We'll probably figure out something new for the next one. I don't know what would be a good game for the next one that we're both a fan of that has 2 players.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And with the risk of coming up with it on air, I'd rather us figure it out.
I just had an
surprise
idea.
Everybody.
Yeah. I had an idea that that might be pretty good that involves 2 characters in which the cake might be a lie.
Got it.
Ooh.
That might be a good
Makes
idea.
sense.
But yeah. So how was y'all's Halloween weekend this weekend? Do you guys have any special plans going on, or do you just do a lot of gaming? What's going on?
Zero gaming. Very busy weekend. Had a nice little get together on Saturday. Bunch of people came over. You were there, Chris.
I
don't
was
know if you
there.
remember that.
Yeah,
I'm
had-
sure you remember that.
I remember it. Boy, oh boy, I was forced to have many a shot of some
Oh, wow.
liquid. I don't know.
Some liquid.
I don't know
You couldn't tell them what it
alcohol.
was.
I'm not good with like alcohol names, so like they were like, "Oh, you want a shot of this or this or that?" I'm like, I don't know what you're asking me right now. Like you're not giving me any like further details on what this is.
Just take the shot.
Pretty much, that's what it was. And then like I took the first one, and the shitty part was I had just had a piece of the pepperoni pizza prior, so I'm like still processing that down the old esophagus, and then I take this shot, and it just exacerbates the pepperoni, and makes my throat literally on fire, and I wanted to die, and it was the worst
that's
feeling.
why I saw you breathing fire that time.
Yeah, and that's why I was sweating so much, you know. But yeah, it was a bad. It wasn't a bad time, but it was a time for sure. I didn't expect to drink that much, but yeah, it was a good time, man.
You held it together pretty good. I couldn't tell you drank that much.
Ooh, boy, did I! And then luckily, at some point in your party, you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go show Realm the setup with like down in the basement," and I'm like, "This is my opportunity to just go down there and like sit down for like an hour and do nothing."
That's why I kind of told you. I'm like, first of all, I know you're burning up in your costume, and I was like, I'm gonna take him to somewhere I know he's familiar with.
Yeah.
He's comfortable. It's cooler down there.
Yeah, it was a good time. We had some fun festivities, some good conversation. Apparently, there was like a weird glitch with what was the app called? GoPuff this weekend.
Yeah.
James Harden, I guess he's a basketball player, right?
Yes, that's the basketball player.
They had a code available for him, I guess, because he partnered with them, and it was like up to what $500.
$500.
And it was released by accident, so people started
glitched.
using it, and like you could get $500 worth of shit with his code. And everyone's in the basement just like fucking like, "Oh man, I'm getting like this headset and this headset. I'm getting," then there's Elijah over in the corner. He's like, "I got a bunch of detergent."
He was very excited about his detergent.
Yeah, and then it got fucking canceled for him. But
Everybody's order got canceled besides 2 people, besides him, besides Rel, and like one of them, I think my cousin got orders.
yeah, it was a good time though. But yeah, man. What about you, Josh? Did you do anything special for this Hallows Eve?
Yeah, I did a bunch of crap this last weekend. I wasn't home at all. and now I'm blanking on pretty much everything I did. I saw Dune, first of all, on
Mm.
Friday, which was awesome.
I keep hearing it's
Um,
great.
It's it's an experience. There's not many movies I see where I'm like, I just witnessed an event.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That is one of them. And then on Sunday went to the Renaissance Fair, the PA Ren Fair,
Dope.
for Halloween, and did some festivities there with Brett and his fiance and a couple of other people. And that was a good time. It was a good time. The Renaissance Fair is an interesting place to be. It's entertaining, no doubt. It's entertaining, but there
Yeah.
are some people that go to those things that are like, okay, you are here.
They're dedicated people.
Yeah. They get
We're
way
here.
too into it there at the PA one.
Yeah, but you know, I kept trying to like remind myself, like, think about if you're at like a con or something. Like, would you have the same thought if you were at a con and you saw somebody dressed up like that?
No.
You wouldn't. So it's
Yeah.
kind of the same thing. But yeah,
Dude, I love that Ren Fair because the pierogies there, top notch. The literal best pierogies I've ever had. And there's like some pretty good shows there. They have like the human chess, which is fucking amazing. And then there's another one. I used to watch it when we were kids. It was more of like a kid show more than anything else, but it was the Mud Show. I don't know if you know that one. And they like
I've heard of it.
tell like a fairy tale, and like then while telling the fairy tale are jumping into these giant like pools of mud in the freezing cold, and it just like dries on them as they're telling the story, and they're like mad uncomfortable and funny, but it's a good ass time, man. That PA Ren Fair.
Yeah, it's good. And then don't forget the jousting as well,
The jousting, yes, dude.
which gets, dude, people get rowdy with the jousting,
Oh.
and it is fantastic.
Oh yeah.
It is so fun.
I haven't been. I was
Sounds
supposed to go last weekend, but I had Brett's party, and my family went without me.
Oh, rip.
And I was like, "You bastards! How dare you?"
Did they
So-
tell you how much fun they had?
They actually didn't. They didn't really talk about it much. Now that I think about it, but yeah, it was a very fun time. I always want, like, I know that every once in a while they do a Star Wars night sometimes, which I find hilarious because it's like this old timey area, and then you just walk in with like your Jedi robes, and there's stormtroopers running around and shit. And I want to go there for one of those because I think that'd be a good ass time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Dope.
Yeah, it's been a busy weekend. So since we're live right now and I have the option to do so, what I'm gonna do is roll the intro live. Live roll the intro. So I'm gonna
Get into it.
yeah, and I'll mute myself so it doesn't sound weird. All right. Look at that. We did it live. Well,
We did. The live boys.
all right. So we both did it last time, so who goes now?
I'll do it.
Do it.
I will do it.
Do the thing. I should probably
Do the
mute
show.
my Discord because that's going off right now. Because there's people.
Mine just went off too. I wonder if that's me.
No, it's me too. I took it off streamer mode and now it's just like booping in my ear. I'm gonna close it fully. Y'all motherfuckers in there talking too much.
Oh, is that what that is? Is that what that does?
Yeah, streamer mode mutes all your notifications. Yeah.
Wait, how do you turn that on?
Shit.
Well, if you have Streamlabs open, it opens by
Oh,
default.
it's Streamlabs.
Yeah. Well, like
You
on
just
your
blew
Discord.
my mind.
Yeah. It's
Legitimately, because I would have Discord open and be streaming. I'd be like, I don't want streamer mode. I don't know what it is, and I turn it off.
Yeah. It just mutes all your notifications. So like if you have like the boops going on, you're live streaming, it won't do the boops pretty much.
Oh, I see it. There's streamer mode.
Wow.
Able streamer mode. Shit.
Look at
Learn
that.
something new every day.
Streaming.
Yeah, right.
But
Changed the world just now.
hell yeah. Look at that. I knew a thing. Maybe. But yeah.
Everybody gets one.
That's all I get today. All right.
All right. Level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Save Before Quitting. I'm Ant.
I'm Chris, and we are joined by our lovely co-host,
Josh.
the Captain.
Captain Intel himself.
Yes. Fresh off a live stream of Apex Legends and more coming this week. If you're here with us live, make sure you head over to their Twitch channel and their YouTube channel and follow along. I've been hopping in for a couple streams, and I assume you'll probably be streaming the rest of the week too, or are you? Is it?
Not tomorrow, but Thursday.
All right, sweet. So Thursday.
By the time you hear this,
Yes.
listeners.
Yes, if you're an Audio Amigo, which the only Audio Amigo that I believe is in here, in the chat right now, which is Lucas, watch the stream on Thursday, and you'll see me and Josh drop it into probably Apex, I believe. Unless you're...
I'm
you have-
probably getting very mad.
Yeah,
You'll see them drop
The-
it like it's hot.
The first and last time we'll drop into Apex again.
yeah. Very beginning of the season, already bought the Battle Pass, I'm done.
Over immediately.
Yeah, I bought the Premium Battle Pass so I can be mad for a couple weeks, and then I can come back to it.
Sounds like a plan.
That's the plan. But as always, you can follow us at Save the Letter B, the number 4 Quitting, over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and over here on YouTube if you're on the YouTube side, which is the beautiful acronym that we always use of Titty. There's that. I forget who, I think it was Nicole was saying, I really wish you guys could like copyright Titty, and I'm like, how are we gonna do that?
We can't be the first person who thought about copywriting Titty.
Are you going to copyright a human body part?
Hey, I mean, to be fair, like, it's not like doctors are like, oh, so what's wrong with your fucking titty, you know, like in the office, you know?
You're like a pretty cool doctor to me.
Just make sure you don't share it on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that shit. But anyway, you can follow us there. You can also go to our website, SaveBeforeQuitting, fully spelled out.com, to pick up some of these nice merch options with the Save Before Quitting logo, as you can see here, or the new logo with the your boys as the Sonic 2 loading screen. New one coming soon-ish. I wouldn't say
Soon-ish.
extremely soon, but I haven't even started on yet, so there's that.
When it happens, you'll know.
Yes. And then what else is there? You can also join our Discord if you haven't. I realized that I had fucked up. So the link
What?
that has been in our social media bio, apparently when I originally got it, I only just copied and pasted the invite link. Turns out they expire. So
I was wondering why, because when Kev joined the Discord, he kept telling me the link didn't work. I was like, that's weird. So
Yeah.
I just sent him it directly.
exactly. So I didn't know what was going on either, and then I was like, "Fuck it, maybe I just gotta refresh it on the link tree or something." And then I go to the website, and it's like, "Yeah, the link's timed out," and I'm like, "Fuck!" And then I set it up again, and now it's infinite. So
So I wonder if that's why a lot of people haven't been able to get into the Discord.
probably here we are. But yeah, now you can actually go to the link in any of our social media bios, click on that Discord link, join up, ask a weekly question. I don't believe we have one this week. I think there might be one
I feel
from
like there was a
Lucas.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there was a question somewhere.
Yeah, there might be one from Lucas. If not, I'm sure he can ask it in the chat anyway when we get to that part. But as always, we start off the podcast with the holy Jesus Christ, my ears.
Starting off with Jesus Christ.
No, I just got a Streamlabs alert that Haptic Intel is now hosting our stream.
Yeah, so I meant to do that when we started.
No, you're all good. You just jump scared me.
Good.
There it is. But
Happy Halloween. Post Halloween.
yeah, it's over now. It's Thanksgiving time, boys and girls. But
Horror Thanksgiving.
But we start off every single week with the same segment that almost every single video game podcast starts off with. What have you been playing this week, guys? Fight.
Mine's quick and easy. I haven't played a damn thing because I've been ridiculously busy, and I really miss video games. It's been about a week and some change now,
Jeez.
but I got some time coming up, so I'm gonna go rectify that.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm playing the game of life.
Back to the life
That
game.
is a shitty game.
There's no cheat codes. I mean, there are, but I don't think I should use any of them. Anyway, what have y'all been playing?
So personally, I've been playing a little bit of the new Guardians of the Galaxy game. I've been playing that live on stream. I didn't start it on stream. I started it by myself and fell in love with it, and then I was like, I need to stream this. It's such a good time. I did not expect this game to be good. I thought it was
watching
gonna...
you play it. It looked really good.
Dude, like, and here's the thing. Don't get me wrong. Like, the gameplay's okay. Like, the actual, like, fighting and all that, it's okay. Everything surrounding that is just fucking amazing. The dialogue, the characters, all their backstories, the choices you can make, and then, like, the actual emotional moments that you can have with these characters. Like, not to spoil anything, because Josh, I believe, just picked it up as well.
I just started it.
There's a part in the last stream that I got to in which I was, like, this close to tears. Like, I was welling up. Like, holy fuck, this is insane. And then it got sad again and again. But it's very good. It shines a light on these characters, I think, way better than the movies did. Just because
Really?
the movies were kind of just like, here's the characters and why they're fun. They didn't really show much in the sense of, like, why we should, like, care about them and relate to them until, like, the second movie, which is kind of you know. It's like, oh yeah, look, Peter Quill is... And to be fair, that's not even the correct origin story of him. He's actually not Ego's son. He's Jason of Spartax's son, which, like, you wouldn't know if you knew the comics. That's, like, he's not even in the MCU. But they talk about it in this game, and it's really good. The Chitauri look dope as fuck in this game. They don't look anything like they do in the movie. They're like these giant, like, normie looking nematodes that, like, walk around like this with, like, guns, like Mega Man guns for arms, which is, like, slick as shit. And
Like the Goombas from the original Super Mario Brothers movie?
honestly, yeah, but with a Mega Man cannon arm. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what they reminded me of when you did that.
Yeah, literally. And it's just fucking cool, dude. I don't know what to say besides that. There's so many cool things you can do in it, and I'm trying to find all the skins. I don't know if I'm going to try and platinum it, because I don't know how hard it is. I haven't looked into the trophies yet. I know Josh is our platinum trophy hunter.
Platinum list is very easy. You can do it in one playthrough, but if you haven't looked yet, you might have already cucked yourself from doing so.
Oh, it's one of those.
There's 2 missable trophies in the first 2 levels. So if you don't have them, one of them is beating Rocket in the game.
I did do that. Yeah, I beat him.
Okay. And then there's another one where if you don't make certain choices, you cannot get all the collectibles, and therefore you cannot get the platinum. And the thing is, this game is stupid because it does not save your collectibles. So you would have to replay the entire game again because you can't just load the chapter. It doesn't save that.
Oh, damn.
Like, it'll remember it they'll remember it when you get to the end of the game that you got all of them. But if you go back to a chapter load or whatever, it will act as if the rest of them did not occur, which would not trigger the trophy pop. This is why, Christian, if you want to platinum a game, you have to look at a trophy guide and roadmap before you start.
Yeah, I want to, but
Yeah,
I feel like that's
Christian.
slightly spoilery. Like, at the same time, kinda.
I know, I'm really bad. I've become obsessive the last
Yeah.
couple years with earning.
We know this
Platinum,
PGA.
Dude, listen. You know what, though? Less than 0.1% of people in the world have that platinum trophy.
There's a reason why.
I think less than 1% of people in the world are playing that game.
It's now my most rare platinum trophy, by the way.
Jesus. That makes it
congrats
so
on
much
that
better.
Props to you on that note, then.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. But other than Guardians, which I've been mainlining, I've been playing a little bit of Apex on the side. We streamed a little bit yesterday before the new season, and we kicked ass.
Yeah, I stepped in for a little bit of that.
Yeah, man. We kicked.
Pretty crazy.
I think we got
We won a lot
5
yesterday.
wins in a row because I got the
Yeah, shit.
badge for it. You get a
Yeah.
badge for that, and it's funny because we've played God knows how many hours in that game, and this is the first time we've gotten that many BR wins in a row. But it was dope. It was a good time, and then today,
Dude, we won. I'm telling you, this is the problem with skill-based matchmaking is that we were fine because the season just reset. The second we won the first game, you're done.
Yeah.
That's it. Now you are in the sweatiest lobbies that you will be in for the rest of the season.
Well, luckily, I wasn't in that first game you guys won, so maybe I'm
But
okay.
you were playing with us. So.
I was playing with you guys for a bit, but maybe my skill-based matchmaking isn't completely destroyed yet, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, I didn't play the new character yet. I did toss myself into the firing range for a second to try out the abilities. They seem okay. I don't think she's like the new meta per se. Like, she's cool, but people have been like saying on, like, I've seen like TikToks and shit of people saying, oh, she's like the most OP character now because of this, and this, and I'm like, she's a glorified wraith, like,
Yeah.
so it's fine. I didn't even get to look through the battle pass, if I'm being completely honest. I only just bought it, which is just how I have a problem. I just buy things without even fucking seeing what I'm buying. But yeah.
Balling, dog.
Nope. Not at all. In fact,
Just close my eyes and throw money. That's how I look.
yeah, it's just when I'm closing my eyes, there's tears rolling down the whole time.
Because you're just so sentimental about how much money you got.
I'm sentimental because it's gone now. But yeah, that's about all I've been playing. What you been playing, Josh?
I mean, pretty much the same as you. I mean, I am playing through Death Stranding Director's Cut right now as well, which I like. I mean, I love that game. I don't like it. I love that game. But
So you're a fan
I
of
have to-
Donkey's video, is what I'm hearing.
I downvoted both of his videos on the game. I'll just leave it at that. I like that game, but I have to be in a certain mood to play it.
Mhm.
Just because it's Galaxy Brain story, so
Gotcha.
it's ridiculous. But I love it. And then playing Apex, and then I started Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm on chapter 3 or 4, I think.
Nice.
I am really surprised by how good this game is. Like, legitimately, I was not
Yeah.
expecting it. First of all, it's Mass Effect. I'll just say that right now. It's literally Mass Effect, but Guardians of the
That's what I've been
Galaxy.
hearing.
Which, I mean, I love Mass Effect. Not Mass Effect 3 or Andromeda, but Mass Effect 1 and 2. So, yeah, I think what really did it for me is, like, the first chapter was like, this is kind of fun. Like, this is very Guardians. And then there's the second chapter when you're on the ship. The entire sequence where you're walking with Nikki, I think her name is. Like,
yes.
the younger
Yeah.
girl who is the
Novacore.
potentially something bigger. No spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
That whole sequence with her and the dialogue, I found myself like smiling and getting engaged and then immediately caring about her. And towards the end of that sequence, I was like, this might be the best walk talk sequence in any video game I've ever played.
I can get
Because of
behind that.
how much I cared by it. And by the time you get in the elevator and you have all those dialogue options, I was like, nah, Nikki is like my kid now. So
Y'all are selling me on this game.
like it was just I don't know. I was honestly I was surprised at how quickly it pulled me in.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the gameplay is it's nothing to call home about. It's been done before, but it's really cool and it's beautiful. It's super colorful.
Yeah.
So
It's insane how good it is. I was ironically saying this, but like sleeper game of the year, like in the running. Not necessarily game of the year, but like definitely in the running for the Game Awards, hopefully. We'll see. But I honestly, like, I expected this to be like Avengers and shit. Like, straight up. But here we are.
I was a little worried about it as it was coming out,
Yeah.
but I'm glad to hear how good it is.
me too, seeing as how the last game this publisher made in that and Marvel Universe was I know it's better now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Was issues at the beginning.
Very bad. I will admit with Avengers as well too, like I'm not hating it as much now, but at the same time, like it's crazy to see how good Guardians is in comparison to Avengers.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's two completely different publishers making this entirely. But
Well, listen, Christian, remember, people don't want single player games anymore. Okay. They don't sell. Nobody wants single player games. And by the way, you're only going to be playing games on your phone in 2020.
Hey man,
Oh,
I'm a huge
sorry,
phone
I forgot
gamer.
it's 2021 and
Nobody.
I'm still sitting on my couch playing a single player game.
Yeah,
About to say, keep the single players coming, man.
yeah. I feel like I just want more single player stuff nowadays, but at the same time, I understand why the multiplayer stuff's Mobile, I never will understand. I don't know why, but I will never understand mobile gaming when people take that more seriously, if that makes sense.
Can't
I
do
don't
it.
know.
I can't do it. I know in
Can't
some
either.
places it's huge. I mean, the U.S. is big too, but like, specifically like Asian countries,
Mhm.
Japan, even mainly,
Mhm.
like that's a main source of how people consume games, and that's awesome for them. But for me, that's never gonna be how I play games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Same.
But anyone watch any good movies? I know Josh, you said you watched Dune. I tried to watch that at work via SlickTube.
No.
I could
Give
not
yourself-
get through 3 minutes of it because I understand that it's slow on purpose and I like it because of that, but I need to see that in the theater.
Yeah, I was gonna say, see it on the biggest screen you can.
Yeah, but what else have I been watching? I watched King of Staten Island today.
Oh.
How's that?
How's that?
Very good. It's the Pete Davidson movie where he's pretty much like
Yeah.
playing himself, I guess, retroactively. But it's like kind of a comedy, but also like really fucking dark. If you know anything about Pete Davidson, you know that his father died in 9/11 as a firefighter. This is pretty much the same gist, but without the 9/11. It's just like his father died in a fire, and that's all. But it's very cool. It's got some really funny actors in it. There's a whole scene where they rob a drugstore and he's the lookout guy and he just keeps like texting like wanna fuck because that's their code word, and like the guy is behind the counter with a gun, like, and they're hiding behind all the fucking railings, and all you hear is like it's just like wanna fuck on their phones while they're trying to escape gunfire from robbing a convenience store. But it's really
That's it.
fucking
So-
good.
You know what this episode's title's gonna be now, right?
Wanna fuck? Hell yeah. But it's gonna be
Not
like
gonna
wanna
really-
fuck like a million times.
Yeah, it's all one word too, over and over and
You know
over
what?
again.
It's not gonna be wanna fuck. It's gonna be wanna flark,
That's good.
because that's what they say for
Yeah.
fuck in Guardians, and it's amazing. I've caught myself saying it a couple times in the past couple days, and I'm starting to like it.
Oh boy.
I'm starting to like it.
Yeah, man. It rolls off the
virus
tongue
inside
better,
me.
Just flark, like flarking bullshit, It's just good.
I feel like there's an extra. Well, obviously, there's an L in there, but how does that roll off the tongue more than fuck does?
Flark, like rolls.
Because you're using your tongue.
Blah. Yeah, it's like how Britney Spears like uses her tongue on any word that exists,
I didn't think the word was going to come after what you just said.
Well, I think if we're gonna be technical about it, I think fuck is actually the easier word to say, because you
It
only
is.
have to use your tongue once on the K at the end.
True.
Lark, there's two, and you got to kind of curl your tongue.
But it just feels good, you know what I'm saying? Like just flark, Just feel it's like it's good. Here we
It's
are.
that flark.
But other than that, I've been watching What We Do in the Shadows as well.
Ooh.
Love that fucking show. I'm sad that the season's over. I didn't watch the last episode yet, but I watched the second to last with the there's like a siren, I think it is, or like
That's okay. So that's the last one I left off
Yeah.
on. I didn't remember how far behind I was, so not very
yeah.
good.
I think there's one more left after that, but I just watched that and I loved it so much because of the ending of the episode, specifically where Colin Robinson sends the camera crew away for a specific reason.
Okay, gotta watch this show now.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just
I've been hearing a lot about it though.
Dude, have you seen the original movie with Taika Waititi and
Mm-mm.
you're slacking?
Good.
I'm slacking on a lot of things.
Yeah, true. Speaking of watching something, I'm curious about your opinion on this. Ant. Did you watch the Donkey video on Dread?
Yes, I did.
What are your thoughts on Donkey's opinion on Dread?
I thought he was trolling the whole time. I don't think he actually felt like that.
I don't know, man, because it had like the same connotations as the Death Stranding videos.
Because the way he was talking about certain shit just wasn't even like correct. Like that's not even what happens. So it's like, is this a joke?
I don't know.
It was entertaining, but
It's
felt
hard
like
to
it was
tell
a
with
joke.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell sometimes because I also took it as like he did not like it. But I don't know because it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, because certain parts, yes, I agree. It seemed like he genuinely had an issue with certain things. Other parts, he exaggerated so much that I'm like, that's not even accurate. Like, so it's like, is this a joke? Are you playing? Like, because either way, it entertained me.
I feel you.
But I did see it.
I don't know, man. When he was talking, and like I've only watched you play it, to be fair, and I was like, man, he's making some good fucking points right now, and I didn't even play this shit.
Well,
You liked it though, Ann, didn't you?
Yeah, I love it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's like flawless or anything. But I enjoy it.
Gotcha.
But it's I'm trying to think of the perfect way to explain this game. It's if you played Metroid, it's just Metroid. They've added some things that kind of like become a pain in the ass sometimes, but it's one of those games where you play it enough to where like that's just you're par for the course. Like you're just used to having to do it. So it no longer becomes annoying. It's annoying at first because it's new, but then as you play it, it just becomes what the game is. But I wasn't like annoyed to the point where it's like I don't want to play this. I enjoyed the game. I liked it.
I feel you. You haven't beaten it yet, though, right? I think.
No, I did.
I
did.
thought you didn't beat it yet.
On the last episode, we started with when we played. I said I beat Metroid Dread.
I forgot. It was a busy episode, as you remember, so I don't remember much from it.
That wasn't the highlight of the episode.
True. Yeah. It was rigged the whole episode.
Everything. It's
True.
always rigged.
It was all rigged. But yeah, that's what we've been watching and playing this week. Right into the show, tell us what you've been watching and playing. We got Lucas in the chat right now. It looks like we have a couple other viewers as well. So hop in the chat, tell us what you've been playing, and let us know. We'll interact with you a bit. One moment as I go over to our Discord. So this is the part of the podcast where we go over the news stories in a very fast fashion, just giving general thoughts, not like a shit ton of research went into it. Kind of just, for funsies. We're not the research boys.
Things in here and there. Like there was some news that was more important than others, but also nothing crazy.
Yeah. If you want the hard-hitting news, you got to head to Haptic Intel because they do the research there. We don't.
We do our research, but if you look at our comment section ever, you would think that we didn't know what the hell we're talking about.
That's what I was gonna add. Is your comments, man. Sometimes I'm like, bruh, I'm waiting for the shirt that plays off of that. Like we did our research or something like that.
Oh, it's in development.
I'm glad because that will be a day one purchase from me. But where are we
You have a
moving back
t-shirt
to?
with an arrow pointing down that says "Read the comments."
Ooh, okay, I like that. That's good.
I like that. What is our first news story over in the Discord, Ant? I don't know how far back I'm scrolling.
Did we? Oh, well, we didn't. We ended up watching. You guys on Haptic watch the State of Play.
Yes.
That was the first thing I put up here. But then after that, I think we were contemplating doing like a response, not a response, but what do you call it? We were going to go over it, make a video, and then I said like it wasn't good enough to even give it its own video.
Yeah.
Let's just wait till the podcast.
There was only two things that I remember that were like of note, and the one was the Bug Snack stuff because I know how much Josh loves Bug Snacks.
Talking about butt snacks, that also has a trophy list now. Thanks to apparently Game
shit.
Over Greggy, but
Yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
that too.
What was the other one? I forget what it was. Fuck. There was one more that was really cool at the very end. It was like on the train or some shit.
yeah, I'm a devil on a train or something.
I'm a devil
America's favorite
train
game.
Thomas and stuff. Thomas and Friends 12. But Yeah, it was a very lackluster state of play, though. I didn't expect it to be very boring, but it was. They
How
had
about
like
that,
a kart racer that was
Just took
garbage.
the words out of my mouth.
Oh, sorry.
How about the kart racer game that's called Kart Racer? It's like Kart Racer Drift.
Yeah, it's also funny because like the week prior, you and I were literally saying, "Yo, dude, we gotta fucking get some more kart racers," and then PlayStation's like, "We got you, but it looks like shit."
So, well, the last game was Little Devil Inside.
Yeah, Brett in the chat, thank you for that.
But actually, I have a fun fact about that kart racing game.
What about it?
Like 8 years old.
Really?
You're is it a
What was it,
remaster?
yeah, like
No, so this came out. Where was I? See, now I got to find the article. But apparently, it was released years ago, and this is basically a port.
well, that credit's lost now.
So there's a closed big on space. Come back to me.
God damn, man. Whatever happened to believing in generations, you know? Whatever happened to that?
It's dope that
2004.
what? So 17 years ago?
It originally came out in 2004.
I was 9.
Published by Nexon, originally launched in 2004, Kart Rider was the first title in Nexon's kart racing series and subsequently gained huge popularity in Asia and beyond, amassing more than 380 million players. As a franchise, blah, 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 it had a huge esports and presence in Korea, and they had an official league that started in 2005. But yeah, this game launched in 2004.
I was 18, 17? Damn.
I was a child.
Yeah, so I was 9. I was playing with my Spider-Man toys with my footy pajamas and my underoos.
I was graduating high school. Now I'm about to go get like a beard. A long gray beard.
So yeah,
God damn.
little fun fact for you guys. I forget where I heard that. Oh, you know what it was? I was listening to Last Stand Media, Sacred Symbols, Colin Moriarty's thing or whatever, and he mentioned that, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah, Brett in the chat. What's up, my bro? We'll have you. I don't know if you were here earlier
out
for
to
that,
Brett.
Brett, but we're gonna have you on individually as well at some point because we didn't know that you weren't on vacation until this exact moment. So eventually, you'll be on by yourself and you get to do things. You'll be our research guy that time as well
Do things.
for the fun facts. But he said Little Devil Inside is that last game that showed up. That looked so fucking cool. The whole overall style of it, the like the weird perspective like shift that it did into the train. And then Brett was talking about it on your guys' stream that our old roommate actually talked about that game to us back like years ago. And was like, yeah, this game looks really cool. Look at it. And like, I don't think we even gave him like the time of day. Like, we were just like, fuck you. Like, we don't care. And now it's like a thing. And neither of us really talked to him. But
well, I think it was supposed to come out a couple years ago.
yeah,
and then it kept getting delayed. Maybe it was even supposed to come out like in like early on in the PS4 generation, and then they went through like some sort of internal reboot on it.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know. There was some kind of fuckery with it, but yeah, it looks great.
yeah. I'm. That's the one thing that I'm excited for. I know you're excited for your Bunger, but
Bonger.
I don't know about Bug Snacks, man. You and I have varying opinions.
And let me tell you something. I'm talking about Bug Snacks. All right.
Yeah, I feel you. I got to give it a once over, I think, just because the first time I played it, I definitely tried to binge it and like just straight up like get it over with, because like I was like, I get it, I understand what we're doing here, I don't care. And like by the end of it, I was just like, oh, that's kind of neat, I guess. And then I didn't.
Came on and reiterated the game for us, like told us the whole thing. I was just at first I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Then it became like, what is happening?
Yeah, there's like a lot
It's
that
wild.
happens in that game, more than you expect that actually exists in a game called Bug Snacks. But
The
Yeah.
story is actually like very morbid
yeah,
and dark.
Yeah.
that was the one thing. Not to spoil anything, but like with how the game ended, I didn't really understand how this DLC fits in, because like And at the end, you're pretty much like terrified of the bug snacks, if that, like, without spoiling too much of it. And like you're running from them, trying to escape off this island. So now in this DLC, you're back on the island or back on a new island, and there are bug snacks.
Or it takes place during the game or before. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I would have to assume it's like a prequel or like in the middle or some shit. Like,
here's the thing about bug snacks, man. I don't really ask that many questions.
yeah, but that's
I
my
bet.
thing where I'm like, I'm not a huge fan of it, but the
'Cause
story.
the more you think about it, the more it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not know.
I feel you. They didn't they do like mega bug snacks in this one, like not
Big
like
snacks.
big snacks. Some might have even called that meals. You would have thought that they would have just called them meals at that point, but here we are.
I don't know if you have like it's a snack though. So it's like if you have a little bag of Doritos and then you get a big bag of Doritos, is that a meal?
Yes.
Oh,
No, it's
well,
a
then
big
I'll say-
snack. It's a big snack.
True, but they also illustrated that with a burger, though. Like it was
Dude,
like
come on. How
Oh,
are
that's
you?
different. A burger
How are
is a
you
meal.
not gonna? How are you not gonna like big snacks, dude? Come on.
I'm
It's
just
the
saying,
same game except everything's giant. The same story.
it's now bigger than ever.
That would be funny if they added a new game plus and everything was just big snacks instead. No.
It's just Super Size Me Bug Snacks edition.
There you go.
But
I did like during the show. Well, I forgot that Death's Door wasn't a PlayStation game. So when they
Yes.
showed it, I was like DLC, and it was just Death's Door again. I was like, oh,
yeah,
Right.
That's pretty
It was
cool
so
then, I
it
guess.
was on. What was it on before? 'Cause I
Steam
know-
and Switch.
Okay.
no,
Yeah.
it was on Xbox. It's not on Switch.
Oh, I thought it was on Switch. My bad. It seems like a Switch game. That's the only reason why I had that in my brain.
I was wishing it was a Switch game because that's such a portable friendly game.
Yeah, but
I'm excited to try that out.
it's fun.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
Legitimately, yeah. Not that I
It's
couldn't
good.
play it on anything else, but
Yeah.
if it has trophies, I'm gonna play it there.
It definitely will.
Touche.
There's a lot of trophies on Steam, so I would assume that they would port those over. But yeah, man, that was the state of play in a nutshell, in a big snack form. But after that, what do we got? We got Apple Music is now coming to PS5 and is now on PS5 as of October 27th. Previously, I believe you had Spotify over on PlayStation for a while now.
Yeah.
But now Apple Music is now a part of it, so there's that. Neat. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
used
that was-
that function in my life.
Yeah, for me it was more so not even like the fact that somebody having Apple Music, just the fact that Apple would go on Sony's platform because they're usually such a we're about us
Mhm.
company and their ecosystem. So honestly, the news in that to me was just the fact that it even happened at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's a great point because I think what a lot of these companies like Apple are realizing it's like, being proprietary in our mindset with like where we're putting our content is stupid, right? And I think PlayStation, if they were smart, would take a note from it and be like, they're already starting to do it with PC, but it's like, no, actually putting your original content or services or whatever they might be on other platforms is a good thing. And I guarantee you, like Xbox and stuff like that, like they want Game Pass on PlayStation. Why would they not? You know what I mean?
Of course they would.
So,
yeah.
so I think you're going to see more cross pollination there. But yeah, it is surprising. Did they add Apple TV Plus to PlayStation yet?
I'm not sure. I don't even know what
Don't
Apple
know.
TV
Not
is.
to my knowledge.
Because I feel like
I'm
that's
not sure.
if that's not, yeah, that might be the next logical thing.
Yeah, I can see now that now that Apple's on there in some way, that only makes sense.
Oh, 100%.
But that does lead into one of the later news stories about Sony now uses PlayStation PC label for its PC games.
Yes,
So,
over on the
They're
Steam.
making it official.
Yes.
That's pretty. Nah, that's pretty good. I mean, I guess that was inevitable anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They've been talking about it. They've been releasing games there. They've been getting serious about putting their
Yeah.
games on PC, build the audience. So good for Sony.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen the fanboys like pissed off
What about
that-
PC getting PlayStation games?
about how
Yeah.
PlayStation putting their games on PC?
Here's the thing. Can I give your audience a little PSA right now?
Please do.
Having PlayStation games on other platforms, good.
Yes, I
Because
don't
that
understand.
means more money for
More
those
game.
games. That means more game. And guess what? More game, more people, good.
Couldn't agree more.
I agree.
I know
It's like
your
a-
audience is not the problem with that.
Oh, no, it's fine, but it's one of those things where it's like you see those comments and you just gotta be like thinking like, why do you have such a fucking issue with this? Like, what's the big deal that it's on? Like, I understand getting irritated about like PlayStation exclusive games where it's like a new game coming out, maybe like fucking God of War 2, right? Like, yeah, give me exclusivity for a bit on PlayStation, you know, like make me feel special, give me the like stroke off. But after like a year, if you want to put it on fucking Steam, I don't give a shit. I beat the game already.
Right.
I mean, they
Right.
just they are clearly doing it with games that are no longer making them money on their
Exactly.
consoles themselves. So why would you not want those games to go make more money? You know what I mean? And I don't know if we'll see a day where it's like PlayStation exclusives or like first party rather PlayStation games are like day and date with PC. But I think there's a very real reality in the near future where it's like, okay, it's going to be on PlayStation for 6 months and then it's going to be released on
Yeah.
PC.
Yeah. And
It
that's
ain't gonna be day and date. It'll be a very short window.
yeah.
Because they're going to make more money off of it, which is good.
Yeah.
We want more God of Wars. We want more Horizons. We want more of those games.
I do want Horizon to only be on PS5 though. I don't want PS4 version of Horizon. Fuck
Well,
that
that's
outta
a
here.
whole separate. That's
Yeah.
a whole separate
Yeah, that's a
conversation.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Herman Holst and Jim Ryan. You know, I would love to have a conversation with them. About
Yeah.
that.
I will defend
sure.
that till the day I die. But other than that news, there's been a little bit of a leak going on in the fighting game community right now about a WB or Warner Brothers, if you're unfamiliar, multi-versus character, like fighter game. The character select screen seems to have been leaked online. And I guess I'll read out the characters that are a part of it. I'm gonna be completely honest. The first fucking one, I have no clue who it is.
I'm looking at that too. Like, who is that character?
It's like a green reindeer dog looking motherfucker. But after that, we got Steven Universe, Batman, Harley Quinn, Finn the Human, Jake the Dog, Shaggy Rogers, Superman, Wonder Woman, Gandalf, Rick from Rick and Morty, Bugs Bunny, and then Tom and Jerry as a single player character.
Another platform.
Yes.
fighter.
And this is by Hungrybox. This is who posted the leak.
Stop making platform fighters like Smash. It's not going to work. It's not going to work.
It's weird, like, right at the end of Smash, all of these games start coming out, too. Like, it's like,
you
here's our
know that was
last
by
character, and then, like,
Yeah.
Nickelodeon one, now here's WB. Like, what's next, dude?
Because that plan is so clear to me. They were like, okay, that's gonna end, and then people are gonna still want more Smash, so we'll just give them this.
Yeah.
But it's
You
not
know-
Smash,
Exactly. I was going to say, we could just play Smash.
right?
It's also, like,
Ultimate one.
it's such a weird selection of characters, too. Like, the Nickelodeon one, I was already kind of, like, not about too much. Like, I mean, even now, like, none of us own that game, to be fair.
Brett does.
Oh, he does?
Yeah,
Jesus.
well, none of the three of us, but in our realm. Brett
Yeah.
is the only one I know that
Yeah.
owns it.
Brett is saying over in the chat as well, Hungrybox is one of the biggest Smash players. He's been playing a shitload of that Nickelodeon game. So that's who the person is who posted that character select screen. Thank you, Brett.
No.
I pirated it, he said about Nickelodeon All-Star.
We won't tell the cops.
It's on the screen, man. I can't get that out of here. Come on. The chat
Yikes.
shows...
You better be using NordVPN right now. Brett, 'cause the cops-
Hashtag ad. Use code HAPTIC at checkout.
We're gonna get a bunch of emails like it didn't work.
Alright, I just cleared it off the screen. Did not and will not spend money on it. Listen, man. Brett spent so
myself-
much money on Nick Sood's All-Star Brawl.
I told myself I would like wait till Black Friday and get it for $20
Yeah.
because that thing's obviously gonna drop,
Oh, yeah.
plummet in price.
I hope
So
it
I'm gonna-
does.
and just so that we can make content out of it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I think so here's something I've been thinking about in like regards to these like people trying to make Smash clones, right? Is like I guess there's a time and place for that, and I'm not saying that it can't be done, but like what about focusing on making your own type of fighter game? What about a 2D fighter? What about, I don't know, trying to do something unique with a crossover? I think about like the glory days of like Marvel versus Capcom and stuff like that. Like, why can't you go make your own unique crossover fighter that is not Smash? Like, I'm so tired of these platform-based fighters that are the same thing. Nobody wants to play your game because I can play Smash Brothers instead because it's infinitely times better.
Yeah.
So go make something different. I don't know.
I would have loved Nickelodeon and Warner Brothers going to Capcom and saying, make us a crossover fighter, and you get Nick versus Warner Brothers, a Capcom fighting game. Like
That'd be dope.
Capcom.
That
I
would
would
be
get
dope.
that shit first day. That shit would be amazing.
The
They
creators.
need to
of-
hire you.
That's what we say every single week is hire us, motherfuckers. But Brett said the creators of the Nick game did make their own unique fighter. That's how they got the Nick license.
It's true.
Eh,
That they are a talented studio, but I'm just saying in general, I'm
yeah,
tired of arena or platform based.
yeah.
Clones.
I feel that, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of this lineup, if I'm being completely honest, for this multiverse of WB, mainly because they didn't put Animaniacs in there, and if you don't do that, you're a piece of shit. Sorry.
Well, I don't think this is the whole.
Listen, Ant. Ever since they didn't put Donatello in Nicktoons fucking Brawl, nothing matters. You need to put the goods in. You need to put the
but at
goods in
least-
at the start.
But see, now I can accept that because but when it first happened, we had to wait and see who would be in it.
Yeah,
With this, all we get is this screenshot. This is nothing.
yeah.
Animaniacs could be in there. They're the Warner brothers and the Warner sister. They got to be in it.
I agree, but also, what if they aren't? What if it's just a stage, and they're just up in the water tower? You know, that's the thing, and that's a. But yeah,
You're not wrong. You're
Yeah.
not wrong.
Brett's saying in the chat, no Angry Beavers, no buy. Angry Beavers was a good show, man. I like that show a
I
lot.
loved Angry Beavers.
All right, next up, and you want to take this one away because you are probably one of the more excited people for this piece of technology coming to us very, very soon.
Okay. Shuhei Yoshida posted. He has the Steam Deck, and he said, "Thanks to Valve Software, checking out Horizon Zero Dawn on Steam Deck." And to me, that's just everything that like closes the gap on Steam Deck for me. Like that thing, because I mean, arguably now you can play PlayStation games on it, Xbox games on it, and Steam games on it.
Yeah, man.
So at this point, that thing that sells it to me.
Yeah, I mean, to be
Just
fair, you have a
seeing
pre-order.
Horizon on the screen on it. I do.
Yeah, I have a pre-order. Ryan has a pre-order. I don't know if Josh, if you bought into the you did.
I do. Yes.
Look at that. I think it's gonna be a big
That
deal,
way.
man.
You won't hear a whole bunch of me saying I played nothing because I'll be able to have this anywhere.
I play God of
play
War
that.
while taking a shit. Bada.
Exactly.
Dude, that's
The
gonna be.
real God of War.
Oh man, I cannot wait for that to come out. It's very, very close. I think it's
I'm
quarter.
gonna load that
two.
bitch up with so many ROMs.
Yes. Seriously.
Yes. After that, what do we got going on? I don't know what this one is from Wario 64, Mr. Anthony.
Sega and Microsoft to explore strategic alliance to create new strategic titles for Sega and establish a next generation development environment. Just the fact that Sega's using Microsoft's, what is it there? I forgot what the engine was called. I gotta read more into this, but they're working with Microsoft to create some game or game platform. People took this as Microsoft buying Sega, and it's like that's not what's happening. They're just using resources from Microsoft. I just thought it was interesting. I'd like to see what comes out of it.
Hell yeah. Sega and Microsoft. What could they even make
There was
together?
rumors about them buying them before, but I don't. They keep denying it.
I think Xbox is probably interested in like Yakuza and Sonic and I mean even Puyo Puyo and like those franchises from them. So if they can help them, or they also remember Sega owns Atlas, which is the Persona franchise, which has been historically PlayStation centric. But if Xbox gives them money and helps them with assets and tools to make their games, there could be a exclusivity partnership there in the future, which, to be fair, I do not want at all. But
yeah,
if it gives me more games, that's fine. As long as they don't buy them, I'll be fine. No, enough of that.
Loose partnership.
Yeah, like there's enough acquisitions in the industry right now. I don't want to see more mass consolidation.
They say more are coming. Both companies, Sony and Microsoft, said they still have more acquisitions coming. But I would not I would hate for Sonic to be locked on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Got to give the kids their Sonic.
Yeah. Ironically, right as you were explaining how Sega owns Altus, literally Brett said it in chat at the same time. Persona owns Altus, which is Persona, and Sonic, obviously. Y'all have the same mind. But moving.
Fortunately.
Moving forward, big news story. Big news story. So we all know
big news,
this is big news, big. We all know that in the future, in the next year, I believe it is. I think it's next year. We are receiving in the movie theaters a Mario Mario animated movie, in which Mr. Chris Pratt is taking the helm of Mario. And as you can see by Josh's reaction, it has been announced that Chris Pratt is also going to be the voice of Garfield in a Garfield animated movie.
Chris Pratt is having just a bang up year.
Who is he fucking?
Movie announcement.
What voice acting casting
the Bible,
agent?
Christian, the Bible.
I was gonna say the Hollywood sign, but that works.
Right through
Same
the
thing.
O, dude.
Right through the O.
Right through the
Both
O.
of them. All three of them.
That might be the episode title.
Right through the O.
It's a serpent.
Flarkin right through the O.
He puts the wood in Hollywood.
Jesus Christ. There's your dad joke of the podcast. You're welcome.
Wow.
You have to
You're
pay
welcome,
extra
yes.
for that shit.
Right.
Go and donate. But
when I read this news story, I was like, really? Well, who's next? Like, who's Chris Pratt going to voice by the end of the year? Who's going to be the next announcement for him?
I don't know, man. It's also weird because like now with all the shit that's come out with him and how like he's kind of just like a piece of shit. Like on the he's like a weird religious guy, and as Brett just said in the chat, he's with Arnold's daughter, No Memes now, and he's kind of abysmal about it. Like, what's the new Guardians? I'm scared now too. Like, I don't like him anymore. I don't think.
I have my Star-Lord now, so that's all you need to worry
Yeah,
about.
I followed him on TikTok. The voice actor, he went and bought.
He's very good.
Yeah,
He's very good.
he's a cool dude. But
He's way better than Chris Pratt.
I agree.
Dude, to
that
voice
right
him
now.
in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's way better. No offense, Chris Pratt, but also offense
No,
fully intended.
major offense.
No, you already
major
offended
offense. Major offense.
But yeah, man. Why is Garfield still a thing that exists? It's not really video game news per se, but it's just like bringing up
It was
Chris
just
Pratt is funny.
Coming off of the Mario thing.
Yeah,
and now
but
he's Garfield.
But like the Mario thing seems relevant though, you know? Like it would make sense that he would be Mario, you know? It's like, okay, cool. Big Hollywood star and Mario, whatever. We're doing a thing.
But is he
Garfield.
really super popular anymore?
Yes and no, I would say. Like yes and no.
I feel like he's slightly past his prime.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like after Guardians 2 he did fall off a little bit. And then they kind of like overshadowed him in like both Infinity War and Endgame a little bit. But like it's one of those things
I
where it's
think
like it's okay.
He's built up enough cachet at this point that I think he's just easy for him to walk in the door and get a role.
Yeah.
That's true. But he's also
Especially coming off of Marvel.
He's like not. I mean, he's a okay, like he's a fine actor, but he's also like, I don't know, you couldn't go get like a voice actor to do
Yeah.
it.
The
Like, you
day of
couldn't
the
go get
voice
a
actors.
better actor to do it. Like, it's a completely different art form, and I know they do it so they can slap the fucking name on the box and sell the movie. But like, there are so many more talented people that are way better
Yeah.
for these roles than Chris fucking Pratt.
But that's the shitty part though with like movies nowadays with that are animated specifically. Like you look at something like what's the fucking Adam Sandler one where he was Dracula?
Trolls 2.
Wait,
What,
wait,
Transylvania.
Yeah, Hotel
Hotel
Transylvania.
Transylvania.
That one. He was Drac in the first one and in the second one, and there's been 2 movies since. He has not played Dracula in those 2 movies since, and you didn't probably even know there's been 2 movies
I'm
since.
about to say, I didn't know it wasn't him.
That's the insane part. I don't know if you know on YouTube, there's like a heavier set guy who does like the voiceover. He does like Winnie the Pooh and goes to the parks and stuff and talks to the characters and like in character and shit. It's that guy. He does impressions, and he was able to do the Drac one, and now he has the role in the movie. But it's not Adam Sandler anymore, so those movies aren't really making as much money anymore. They go to the theaters for like a week or 2, and they're gone. And that's what's happening. And if you don't have that big name actor anymore, nobody gives a shit. So that's why like you kind of need Chris Pratt, and I hate to say that you need him, but like if they fucking casted Matt Mercer as fucking Garfield, I'd fucking off to the moon, dude. My doink is just exploding. But fucking nobody's gonna know that. Nobody's gonna be like, oh yeah, the guy from the D&D show or old McCree. I was gonna say McCree, but it's not even McCree anymore. Whatever the fuck it is now, which is another story. But we're not gonna talk about it because I think it's just annoying. But I don't know. It seems like voice actors, the only place that they can live and thrive is like video games now, and that's
You're
it.
right, because that's the only fan base that cares
Yeah,
about them, because
Exactly.
they are treated like
royalty.
Hollywood A-list
Yeah.
stars,
Yeah.
but in this realm. But I just,
Right.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of better voice actors out there.
1000%.
That, I mean, even lesser known ones that would be way better than fucking Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he's just gonna exist as Chris Pratt as Garfield. So there's that. that's the one of the last. There's one more news story left that we got.
Garfield is one of those properties that'll will never go away. Like I feel like there's certain properties that'll always be around. Like I feel like Garfield will always be around. The Ninja Turtles will always be around. Like Charlie Brown will always be around. They'll just keep remaking it over and over.
Yeah, I love that they did that one Peanuts movie like
Yeah,
5-10 years ago in that span.
it was pretty good.
That was amazing, and people sleep
Yeah.
on that shit, man, and nobody gives a fuck about it. But yeah, Chris Pratt exists, and it's sad. But
We'll see him as Charlie Brown in 2 years.
God,
I want him as Peppermint Patty.
That's even better.
Yes,
The solo Peppermint Patty movie starring Chris Pratt.
hell yeah. It's her origin story into infamy. But our last story for today is Red Dead Redemption. They have a red remaster reportedly in the works for PC and consoles. This was reported on by GameScout. The new claim comes from Rockstar Magazine, as first spotted by Reddit, an outlet with the track record of reporting Rockstar-related information in the past. Now Rockstar Magazine is claiming knowledge of a remaster of Red Dead Redemption over a decade over the originally launched game in 2010. It's not specifically saying what outlets, like, gaming consoles, if it's going to be next-gen specifically, or if it's going to be just PS4 and, the Xbox, whatever one was before the newest one. I don't know.
Xbox One.
Sure. The one that maybe looks like a fridge. I don't know what they are.
That's the new one. They just made the mini fridge out of it.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't pay
You're a video
attention to
game
that
show.
shit. I don't care about the green brand. I'm a blue boy.
whoa.
Hey.
I don't do anything on the green brand. I have Game Pass and don't use it, man.
Well, that's your fault.
No, it is not. It is the launcher's fault because it is the literally worst UI that has ever existed in the world.
Come on now.
It's
There's worse
terrible.
UIs.
No, there isn't. It's terrible. And Xbox needs
You ever
to...
use a Game Gear, dude?
Yeah, it was
Talk to me.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's better.
You never used a Game Gear.
I did. I think so. I think I used a Game Gear back in the day. It was for like Pokemon, so nothing special to be honest. But yeah,
See, so you didn't use it.
I
Game
used
Gear,
it. I
not
didn't. I didn't
Nintendo.
use it.
Pokemon is not on the Game Gear.
Is it not? I thought you. Isn't the Game Gear the thing you could hack, or is that the Game Shark?
Game Gear was Sega, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I never played a Sega thing.
All right.
I played the Genesis thing on the Switch for a bit. I forgot to talk about that, but yeah.
Played the Genesis thing on the Switch.
Yeah, the new pay a bunch of money and get like 4 games thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I still didn't get that.
Don't. You get like 4 fucking games, man.
It's killing me to not have it though, because I know it's available, and that's just
Yeah.
the sickness
Just-
inside me.
Pay for it until you get Steam Deck, and then that's all you need.
Then you just gotta ROM it up as of that point. But
I
yeah,
have
man.
all the ROMs like right here, like on a hard drive.
I'm holding them in my hand, the ROMs. But so yeah, that's our news section. Nothing super special happened this week besides Garfield.
And that burp, this just in.
This just in. But Brett in the chat said, "Give me a Garfield horror movie." I mean, that's pretty much what this is gonna be.
No, the real horror movie is that Peppermint Patty origin story you talked about.
Yeah. All right. So now, next up in the podcast is the pod question section. If you'd like to ask a question, you could either do so live in the chat right now if you're here with us. I know there's a couple people still watching and tagging along for the ride. But we did receive one over in our Discord, which you can join up at the link in all of our bios from Uniguff. And his question this week is, what is a business, practice / choice that a video game company has done that now always just seems buck wild? For him, and as an example, it was World of Warcraft sending out 10-day free trials through the Postal Service. It worked and got me hooked on a game for 10 plus years.
So wait, the question is
What business
did-
practice or like weird choice a video game company has done that just seems insane that it actually either worked or was a thing that existed? For me, I think the stupidest thing was on the Wii when they did like the Sports Resort and the Wii Sports, releasing all of the attachments for the fucking Wii Con that were like the tennis racket and the baseball bat. That was the stupidest shit to me, and I never understood why people would fucking buy that shit. WeCon, Haptic Intel said in the
because
chat.
Wii was such a damn phenomenon.
I said WeCon. Did I say WeCon?
You did.
What are they called again? This is just
The
Joy-Con.
nunchuck and
What is the main
no,
one?
not on the Wii.
Yeah, what was that
The
called?
Wii wasn't the Joy-Con. It was the it was the
Wiimote.
nunchuck and the Wii remote.
Wiimote. It's a Wiimote.
I mean,
It's like a child saying remote. Yeah, I thought that was like the stupidest shit, man. Like, why did this exist? Why did people buy it? And why did it... I don't know. I thought it was the stupidest shit, man.
it was probably the last like the last console to sell on that universal of a scale. It's like old people and kids and everybody in between.
Yeah.
So they know they can sell it because they know people will buy it because they're not like the hardcore like us.
I just thought it was so funny. 'cause
Like if
it's
there's
just,
an old lady who has a Wii and plays with her husband, it's like, oh, they have the rackets. We can really play tennis.
we can't play tennis without this foam piece of shit that we attach to our fucking Wiimote. That's
Oh.
that would be mine. I think that was the stupidest thing that ever existed in gaming history.
I'm still trying to think.
You got time. It's not like we're live or anything.
True that.
No, you're fine. We're not in any rush here.
I always respected Sega, dating all the way back to the Genesis. They had this service called the Sega Channel, and that was like the earliest instance I could remember of a console going online in the 16-bit era. and you could play like games coming out or exclusive like little demos they would have, and you had to hook up your phone line to the back like this special cartridge it came with. And that I never had it, but I always wanted it. I used to see it in like the game magazines and everything. But they seemed like they were always ahead with that shit, because then Dreamcast came out and they had a big online thing. And I feel like Dreamcast was always kind of ahead of its time because it was trying all these things, but the system, I mean, that system failed. But a lot of the things they tried became a mainstay in console gaming now.
All right.
So I'd have to go with Sega and their initiative to try to get gamers online.
Haptic Intel in the chat said, Sega does what Nintendo don't.
That was their phrase back then.
Hell yeah.
Sega
So-
did Mario.
That's true. And Sonic's not as good. Brett is going to crucify me for saying that.
I thought Ant was about
But he's
to.
not. No. See, Sonic the character to me is cooler than Mario the character, but Mario has way better games than Sonic has, and I can admit that.
I'm Switzerland on that topic. I'm not deeply connected to either of them. So, for me, mine, I don't even know. So I forget what the original question was at this point.
Do you want me to repeat it?
But yeah, I mean, I think mine was like a marketing campaign that went wrong, which was the reason why I played the game.
That worked.
That's
Does that work?
ominous. Yeah.
So back in the, do either of you guys familiar with Splinter Cell?
I know of it.
Yes, I've played it back then, but I don't really remember it that much. But I know what it is.
Okay. So there's a game called Splinter Cell Conviction, which I think came out in 2010. It was not a mainline game, and I think it was actually might have been a prequel. I forget. I actually forget the game completely at this point. But I bought it, and I never played a Splinter Cell game before this because for a marketing campaign, I forget what country it was, but you ready for this? They had people dress up in basically cosplay as like Black Ops agents with fake guns, and they went to a store to market the game. So you can imagine how that went. And I remember reading it in Game Informer and being like, damn, that's wild. That sounds cool as shit. And I bought the game.
It
Jesus
worked.
Christ.
They sent
Worked on a
people
young
in
Josh.
full Black Ops outfits to a store, and then the cops were called and crap. And yeah, I remember reading it in Game Informer and being like, wow, that sounds awesome. I'm buying that game.
That's such a crazy fucking marketing campaign. Like,
Yeah.
It's really bad.
like, hey, remember that
Bad idea.
scene from Modern Warfare 2 where, like, you know, you go into the airport? Let's do that.
Damn.
But,
It was a lot of crazy shit like that back then, though.
oh, yeah.
I remember when Nintendo around the 64 era used to send out VHS tapes to people's houses, and it was pretty much just like, I remember Star Fox 64 came out, and they sent a tape to my house, and it's like a 45-minute commercial pretty much. Like, it's like, obviously this is pre like YouTube, so it was just a long promo video of the cheesiest, like, just this kid, this 90s era cool kid, like, you gotta play Star Fox, look at this, whoa. And as a kid at work, I'm like, I gotta play Star Fox. And I got Star Fox.
Dude, I wish you still had that VHS and fucking, like, rip it and put it on YouTube or something.
I might have to go dig around my mom's house and see if I can find
Hell
it.
yeah. Haptic Intel in the chat says, I think Xbox One original entertainment idea with Don Matrick was the greatest idea in gaming and made me pre-order
remember
the
when that
console day one. Phil Spencer had to come in and ruin it. Sad. Yeah.
That Don Matrix was some bullshit.
Tom Matrick is the worst video game executive of all time.
Yes.
Hands down, 100%. We have a console for that. It's called the Xbox 360. Freaking moron.
And then
Yeah.
the best advertisement in video game history has to be for the PlayStation 3, Chad Warden.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
They
That
tell you
PS
they didn't have to pay for
triple.
it.
Shit.
Yeah, it was some free promo.
Hell yeah, man. I love Chad Warden. I love introducing people to the Chad Warden meme because it's one of those things where it's like it lives up to the day where you're just like, ah, man, these were the days of YouTube back in the day. Everything was like a fucking square, and he's just like 240p video. He's got his fucking hair gel in to the max. Such a good fucking video.
You showed me that because I knew nothing about Chad Warden.
Chad Warden, man.
I don't
Brett
know how
showed
I
me
missed
Chad
that,
Warden.
but
Yeah. Brett was my gateway into the Chad Warden meme. And here we are today speaking about him live. Chad Warden is my white whale, says Haptic Intel in the chat. I will interview him one day.
I just pictured Brett walking you into an empty room and it's just Chad Warden in an office chair in the middle of the room. Like, this is
You
Chad
guys,
Warden.
you guys do not know how badly Brett wants to interview him.
I feel like
mean,
it would be the
like,
least
it's an
professional interview.
obsession. I feel like.
It's an obsession, dude.
I feel like that shouldn't be that impossible now, though. I feel like you can make it happen.
The funny
Oh,
part
it's
is,
gonna
like,
happen.
I bet you Chad Warden's like a normal dude now. Like, just like
Oh, yeah.
living his life. And like, Brett's going to ask him, like, so what have you been gaming with nowadays? And Chad just be like, man, I haven't really played much games in a while, blah, blah. And then Brett's just
Have
going
a
to go,
family.
shit, right in his fucking face. And then he's going to walk out on his ass. The best part is that he's a troll. He is a normie ass dude. Hey man, I don't know. Get in contact. Find his LinkedIn, for fuck's sake.
Oh my god.
He's out there.
He's
Oh.
out there.
He's out. It is out.
But yeah, man. So that has been another rousing episode of the Say Before Quitting podcast. Brett drops it in the chat that he knows Chad Warden's legal name
This is getting scary now.
right before we fucking wrap shit up.
He already has Chad Warden in a chair, wrapped up in rope in a closet somewhere.
Oh,
I know
shit.
his legal name. I know his family. I know his address.
Chad Warden's in the back room with the with his exercise bike right next to it, just tied up. But thank you so much for being on this week, Josh. We very much appreciate you stopping by, taking some time out of your
we do.
busy schedule on the boat, piloting
Getting off
this
the
week.
boat to come here and talk
Yeah.
to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Hell yeah. If you guys would like to join some of the streams over at Haptic Intel, you can go over to twitch.tv/Haptic Intel. All this week, Josh is streaming, except for tomorrow, which is Wednesday. But if you're listening to this after this live stream, you don't really need to know that. On Thursday, he'll be playing Apex. I might be playing with him, I believe. And we'll be having a good
Please.
time. Yes. So I'll be there. Here we are. We'll have a good time. We'll play some games and check out the new season more in depth. I might actually hop on a little bit after this because I still need to see what I paid for in the Battle Pass. Because I
I'm probably
haven't.
gonna play Guardians. I think I'm already. The season just started. I'm already freaking done with that game.
You just said Guardians, and it was weird because like I forgot Guardians existed for like a millisecond there, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like 3 chapters away from finishing it. I might
hell
do
yeah,
that.
bang
Yeah.
that out. Yeah.
Yeah, because then I have to start my new fucking playthrough and go for that trophy as of that point. But you can follow us on all social media at Save the Letter B, the number 4 Quitting, everywhere on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and
Yep.
over on YouTube for some video content. We're gonna have more coming at you guys pretty soon with some PlayStation classics coming at some point, either via stream or actual videos, and maybe we'll get back into Resident Evil at some point. If we're
Ooh.
yeah.
We'll do it.
Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah, we have to finish it. It's just whether or not we're gonna vomit during it because of the motion
know.
sickness. So
You turn it off. Turn off head bob. You got it.
we did, and it went worse.
Yeah, we literally Googled every way people were saying
Yeah.
how to avoid it, and it
Really?
still fucked us up.
The funny part is we
don't know.
turned off head bob and all those settings, and I had never had the motion sickness, and Ant was like having it every single time we played. The day we turned off the head bobbing, there's a moment in the last video we updated where both of us just like fucking like die.
Yeah.
And
What about motion blur? What about trying to turn off all the motion blur?
we could try it. We're gonna get back to it at
Yeah.
some point, but
It was
I
one of
believe in
those
you.
things. Like, this is literally the only game to ever make me do that. I've heard people get motion sickness in games. I just be like, I've never experienced this at all. This is the only game that I've ever played in my history of playing video games that has done it.
yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what it is about this game.
But we'll get back to it soon. Joining in the chat extremely late, we got Robbie Rocket Fingers, who dropped us a follow last time, I believe, or 2 follows ago. You just missed the podcast, sir, but you could check it out on Thursday on all of your podcast apps. Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, Google Podcasts. Is that it? I think.
Google, Apple, SoundCloud, Spotify, all the
Anywhere.
podcast platforms.
And then over on YouTube, you can check us out as well. The video version is going to be live there. And if you want to rewatch the broadcast on Twitch, you can do it as well. We had a nice 2-hour-ish, actually it's 1 hour and 25 minutes, but long podcast with Josh from Haptic Intel. I believe you're from Gamer Network, if I'm correct, Robbie Rocket Fingers. You can also follow all of us over on the Gamer Network. I am CJ CKing _SB4Q, I believe. And then this is down here.
Man 2K.
This is Ant, and then this is This is your turn, Josh. Who are you?
I'm below you, not above you.
Oh, for me, you're above me.
He's below on my screen. Yeah.
You're right here for me. You're above me.
Oh, yeah, same as everything else. Josh HPCC.
Yes, you can check them out over there. Sorry for joining late, Robbie, but Twitch is a bitch when it comes to notifications, sadly. But yeah, that's all we got for this week.
Show, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank y'all for joining us.
We'll be live this Friday for Figure Friday. I got a big fucking week for Figure Friday. I made a big boy purchase, so make sure you join up on that. I had a bad Monday, and then I went and spent money to feel better about it. So,
did it work?
Kinda. I'm okay, but my bank isn't. So here we are. But thank you guys for joining. Have a great night, and remember to always save before quitting. There it is.
Nice.
Goodbye.
Peace.